welcome YouTube universe. Hey, I'm back. I know I've been missing in action for last week. However, I am back. But before we get started, let me go ahead and put this disclaimer out. I am not a financial advisor. I am not your financial advisor. I'm just a self-taught investor who likes to talk about stocks and creating wealth and financial education. So use this as entertainment purposes or educational purposes. It's up to you. Okay, I wasn't here last week because I didn't put out a video last week for week 13 because I went to Florida to visit my mom. And I took everything with me, but I forgot a very piece of important equipment in order to produce the video. So I'm playing catch up. I'm going to go over week 13. Lord knows I don't want to. It wasn't a pretty week. It was quite ugly. All right, so let's just get to it. All right. Week 13 ended on the 1st of April, and that was a Thursday because the 2nd of April was Good Friday and the market was closed. So this is how we ended up. These were the plays that I had for week 13. I had a cash secure put, I had a poor man's covered call, and I had a covered call. And I used a total of 3 stocks. And the stocks that I used for the cash secure put, that was FCEL. For the poor man's covered call, you guys know, if you've been following me, that was Apple. And the covered call was CHPT. Now for fuel cells, the strike price that I used for fuel cells, since that was a poor man's covered call, it was at 12 bucks. I'm sorry, since that was a cash secure put. For Apple, it was a strike price of 125, and for the covered call for CHPT, it was at 25. Expiration date, we already know all those expiration dates. We do it in 1 week, 52-week challenge, week at a time. Was the 1st of April 2021. Fuel cells, that cash secure put was 1 contract. Apple was 1 contract, and CHPT was 2 contracts. Now, the total amount that I received for this was for putting those. For writing those contracts, I received $418.40. I thought this was going to be a great week. Nope, it didn't happen like that. What ended up happening, by the end of the week, I actually had to close out my position by paying, now check this out, I had to pay $1,181.06. That gave me a profit and loss, which was really a loss, of $762.66. Received that as soon as I wrote the contracts. To close out the contracts, I did this. Net loss, realized loss, of $762.66. Bottom line, as we already know, when we keep them score, at the end of the week, if I made money, that's a win. If I lost money, that's a loss. And that was a loss. So that gives me a record of 11-2. So week 13 and week 6 were losing weeks for me. Everything else was a winning week. Now, with this, let me explain to you what happened, and then I'll get to the goals. All right, let me just go over this. Now, this here, I'm just going to go over my transaction sheet out of E-Trade, and what I'll do is at the end of the video, you'll be able to see this. I'll post this at the end of the video, and I'll keep it up there for about 4 or 5 seconds. So if you're interested, all you got to do is pause it, and you can analyze it. But this is how it broke out. Apple, I actually had 2 plays on Apple within the week. The first place was a positive play. I wrote a contract for Apple for 120 strike price of $124. And when I closed it out, we actually gained $80.97. All right, I did another one on Apple within the same week, and that one there wasn't so successful. Now, I increased my strike price to $125. However, the price of Apple ran up, and as a result of that, I had to go ahead and close it out at a loss of $73.03. Doesn't sound so bad right now. I'm still up. However, ChargePoint was the killer. All right, ChargePoint, I wrote a covered call. I have two contracts. I wrote a covered call on ChargePoint and received $134.99. At the time that I wrote this covered call, it was for $25 was the strike price. ChargePoint was sitting at about $21. I'm thinking, okay, a few days here, it's not going to run up that much. It did. It went from $21 to $30. I had to get out of it, and I'll explain that in just a second. It cost me $933.03 in order to get out of ChargePoint. And remember, I received $134, so that gave me a negative $798.07. And I made a few on that cash secure put for fuel cells. Definitely made some money there. Profited, just look, $27.47. That was an easy play with a $12 put on fuel cells. So that's how it ran out. That's how it ran down. Now, some of you are probably thinking, well, ET, if you did a poor man's covered call and a covered call and the price ran up, I could have just let it expire and had them take it away from me. I could have done that, and that would have made the actual contract profitable. However, I would have turned an unrealized loss into a realized loss. Yes, that's what I said. I would have taken an unrealized loss and turned it into a realized loss. And the reason why I'm saying that is this here, and that is because on Apple and ChargePoint, on Apple, since it's a poor man's covered call, it cost me $3,800 to get into that, into Apple. Apple ran down in price. Now, Apple, that particular leap is now worth not $38, which is $3,800. It's worth about $22 now, so $2,200. So I'm underwater there. ChargePoint, same thing. Two contracts. My cost basis for ChargePoint was about $37 a piece. All right. So with that, actually no, it was $38 a piece. So that's $7,600 for those two contracts. And when I did that, the price dropped. So I'm still underwater there because even at $30, I'm still underwater. So when you look at everything, you're looking at, I am sitting on an unrealized loss of $24.81.10. That's my real unrealized loss for Apple and also ChargePoint. However, if I would have let those expire, yes, I would have made money here. It would have been a profitable one because we're looking at least $418.40 worth of actual profit. But I would have taken a loss here because they would have sold my poor man's covered call at a loss, and it also would have sold my ChargePoint at a loss. And as a result of that, I could have took this. I didn't do that. This was my best bet, taking that $762 realized loss, keeping this there. And the reason why is because I still have control of those stocks. So I can wait for the rebound, and while I'm waiting for the rebound, I can still sell covered calls and on those, and still generate some money to dig my way out of the hole until they recover. I made some huge mistakes on both of these companies, and I love both of these companies. I love Apple and I love ChargePoint, but I made some huge mistakes. I don't want to get into it on this video. I will do another video, probably release it today as well, talking about the mistakes that hopefully you can learn from it and stuff that I knew better. When I broke my own rules for trading, and especially when it comes to selling options, I have my list of rules, and I broke them on both of those. And as a result, a lot of times when I break my rules, I'll make money. But there's been a lot of times, probably more so than not, I'll lose money. So that's my fault. I'll do a video and I'll break it down to you. We'll go over it in detail so that you can see exactly what happened. Learn from my mistake. And like I said, I know better. I've been doing this for a while. I knew better. And hey, bad on me. So let's talk about my goals. If you guys have been following this 52-week challenge, it's a weekly challenge, seeing how much I can make. My goal is to take that initial $12,000 and double it to $24,000. Also, another goal was to beat the three major indexes, the Dow, S&P, and the NASDAQ. And another goal of mine was to have a winning record. Track how I do each week. At the end of 52 weeks, I should have a winning record. I will. There's no doubt in my mind on that. This one here, I'm really going to have to. I'm definitely behind the power curve. So let's talk about that. Let's update this. When it comes to the 24K goal, I am currently sitting at $12,113.82. Remember, I started out with 12. I'm telling you right now, I'm down 24. So realistically, this number should be 95, about 9,500. And the reason it's not is because I've been generating income by writing those covered calls. All right, so that's where I'm at there. We already talked about the record. I'm 11-2. Week 13 was a loss. This is how it breaks down with the indexes. All right, currently, as of the 1st of April, the Dow, as of the close of the market on the 1st of April, the Dow was at a year-to-date return of 8%, S&P 7%, the NASDAQ 5%. In my 52-week challenge, 0%. Remember, a couple of weeks back, we were down as much as 10%. So we clawed our way back. And trust me, if we hadn't had a loss here, we would really be competing with these guys here. But it's not over. That was week 13, week 14. We're currently in week 14. Guess what? We still got plenty of time left to increase the percentage, keep our winning record, and we got a lot of ground to make up here when it comes to hitting that 24K. So that's week 13. You should see a video real soon on week 14. Then that'll be all caught up. And also real soon, like I said, more than likely today, you're going to see another video about the mistakes that I made when it comes to Apple and ChargePoint. Good companies. I violated my own rules and it bit me in the butt. All right. So with that being said, let me just close up, guys. Remember, save, invest, and apply what you know. Yes, apply what I know. I knew better and didn't apply it and it bit me in the butt, because knowledge is not power. And I just proved that. Well, I will prove it when you watch the next video. Knowledge is not power. It's the application of that knowledge that's truly power. It's truly power. That don't even sound right. It's the application of that knowledge that is power. All right. With that, guys, take care. See you on the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Come on now.
That's right. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe buttons, followed by that notification button. That'll help out the channel. Thanks.